Have you ever been curious about what do you need to do? What's the number one thing you need to do to generate some sales? Because let's face it, you're in a business so you can make money, right? At the end of the day, the goal of you having your own business is so you can generate income to supplement your life or do whatever you need to do. Well, my name is Monica Michelle with Monica Michelle Marketing, and I'm the Solutions Marketer. We provide marketing solutions for business owners and organizations to go generate visibility, sustainability, and profitability, because you have to be able to sustain the profit and do it on a regular basis. But in order to have that, you have to have visibility. Well, in order to get the visibility, you have to have your marketing system set up so that it can help you move through this thing. So I'm so glad that you're with me here on Behold Hidden Bridges. We come on Monday through Thursday every morning at 9 a.m. And we come in to give you a snapshot or just a little insight on what you need to do to move closer to your clients and to move closer to get more business. And today we're talking about what you need to generate sales. Now, okay, let me tell you this before we dive in. Um, if you're needing help getting your sales together, if you're needing help getting your marketing together, driving leads and figuring things out, then you may want to join us over at thesolutionism.com/MB. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later on. But let me tell you this, before I started my own 9 to 5, I used to work in a sales office. Now, before that, I've done a whole bunch of jobs, and if you tap back at some of the older episodes, you'll be able to get a more overview of the different types of jobs that I've had that have led me to this point, that gave me extra tools in my tool bag to get me to where we are today. And the thing is, the last job before I left my 9 to 5, and while we're going, if you have questions, by all means, drop them in the chat. The thing that the last job that I was doing was sales. Now, to be more specific, I did sales in a storefront. People walked into me. My job was to sell, and those were more business to consumer sales. They came into the office. They said, I need a thing. I said, great, I have a thing. And then we were to add extra things on. Or if they came in and said, hey, we got customer service issues. Great, let me help you with that customer service issue. Oops, there we go. So we walk them through the sales process. And for me, I've never enjoyed sales because I always viewed them as, in my brain, sales had a bad reputation. You always think of the used car salesman or the pushy person that's trying to make you take something that you don't want, you didn't ask for. And for me, I didn't want to sell that way. But I had people in my life that were in sales and did a whole lot of money. But I also had people who weren't in sales and they were like, you would make an awesome salesperson. So I figured I would try it out. Okay. I was at the front counter doing business to customer, consumer service, sales, was doing a really great job, making all the money, loving it. And so I decided to try to learn another aspect of selling. And that was business to business sales. So I went into an office and we had to make calls, and that was part of our metric on were how we were graded and how we were paid. They viewed, because sales it's all about the numbers. If you hit X number of people, you're going to generate X number of sales. There's a conversion fraction generally between 1% and 3%. If you are in front of this many people, you're going to convert somebody. If you have a decent offer, if it makes sense, you're going to convert someone. How does that work? It's basically the law of numbers, right? It's just how it works. I don't even know how to even, but it is what it is, right? And so in return, in the sales job, I'm in the office, we had to make, I want to say it was 60 or 80 dials a day. So you sit down and you make your dials, and then you do what you had to do. And I had to figure out what worked for me, that I didn't sound and feel pushy, that I didn't seem like I was, oh, you're going to get this and do, and people hanging up on me. The goal was to keep them on the phone long enough to say yes, right? But not to aggravate them, because we didn't want to negatively impact the reputation of the company. And so we didn't want to put our job in jeopardy, right? Of course, the calls were recorded and all that jazz. And so what I did is I started listening and seeing how all these other people would do their sales that have been in it longer, that were making more money than me, that were number one in the department. I said, okay, let me go over here and see how this person do sales. Oh, okay. This person's super nice. Okay, let me go over here and see this person. Well, this person's nice. However, he has a different objective. He wants to make sure that you either gonna give me a referral or you gonna give me a sale. Okay, got it. That sounds good. This person over here, he building relationships. He got a book of people that he takes with him every time he goes to a different business. And in the midst of him taking these people with him, because he developed such a good relationship and rapport with them, he would be able to call them up in any business and say, hey, I know your business does this. Well, now I'm working with a cable company. Hey, I know your business does this. Now I'm working with a feed the whales company. Let me tell you how this is going to help your company. And so he was able to, and they were willing to trust him based off of the relationship that he developed with them over a period of time. So I was able to see how all these different people did their sales. And let's face it, success leaves clues. So success leaving clues, I was able to see how they were doing, what they were doing. And I was able to say, okay, this works for me. This works for me. Let me pull these things in and let me do them internally, because I want to give them a try for a solid week and see if that's going to get it. Now, the really cool thing about this is we were on teams. Now, on my team, I want to say it was 15 of us, maybe 10 of us. And I was almost like the supervisor's assistant or the lead on the floor. So generally speaking, when we were all on this team, if someone had questions, they would ask me, depending on what it was. And then sometimes I would refer them to somebody else. But at the same time, and more importantly, whenever any of us got off task, or if we just didn't feel like it, or oh, we forgot what we were supposed to be doing, we had our team to say, hey, what happened to that customer you were talking to the other day? It's like I was having a good conversation. Oh, I need to call them back. Did you make your dials today? Girl, I finished in 2 hours. What? I'm still working on mine. Or sometimes we would even compete against each other. Okay, the goal is to be done with these dials by 12 o'clock. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, great. And then we would sit down and we would make dials, and then we would check in each other. How's it going over there? Are you stuck? Do you need anything? And we were able to keep moving and remember that this is the goal and the mission that we're on. Let's work on this together. And so it kept us focused consistently on where the focus needs to be. We were able to say, okay, I'm getting stuck and hung up on this contract, because you don't get paid unless the thing gets installed and completed. So I'm getting hung up on this contract. I'm getting hung up with all these different departments and it's not helping. Or there's all these little issues that's coming into play. Oh, I'm still waiting to get the contract back from the client. So because we had all these extra things that could come up, by us being on a team and us all working on this together, we were able to kind of nudge each other and say, hey, get back on task. Hey, don't forget. Hey. Well, once I decided to leave the job and work my own personal job or my own business, my goal while my goal was the same, my focus had to change, or at least I felt like it did. So I was home. I now had a flexible schedule, but now I no longer had my coworkers to check in on me and see how I was doing. I no longer had the threat of my supervisor saying, what are you doing? Hey, get back on task. There was no longer, hey, you didn't meet your number. There was nobody to say you didn't meet your numbers. What's good in the hood, right? So it was up to me to figure it out. And a lot of times what happens is we as business owners get stuck a little bit in silos. We said, okay, great, I need to do this. And you start working on it, and then, ooh, there's a rabbit. Or, oh, look at this video. Or, oh, this is a really interesting thing. Let me research it some more. Oh, this is fun to do. Let me generate more of these images in Canva, as opposed to saying, no, I must stay on task and I must complete this because I have to finish it. I have to go through all the parts, comb through it, get the details, yes, but I have to keep moving because I'm the one that my business depends on. I have to literally go from here, A, all the way to Z, And I have to think about all the things and do all the things because I'm the one my business depends on. Whether you're physically doing the thing or whether you're paying someone else to do Z. Okay, I need to pay you to do M, and I need to pay you to do O. Okay. So even though you're paying them or they're volunteering to do these different parts, you still have to kind of give them what they need in order to do it. And then you have to check on them and see, hey, did you do it? Did you get any questions? Are you having any issues? What's going on? So it rises and sets with you. And so I found myself easily getting caught up in taking extra walks downstairs, walking around the house, trying to get the disguise of exercise in, having extra conversations or lengthy conversations that didn't need to be had because no one was saying, hey, did you finish your dials today? Nobody was saying to me, hey, did you do this today? Hey, don't forget, you got to do this. And so because no one was checking in on me to remind me, to help hold me accountable, to help, keep the main thing in front of me, even when I didn't feel like it, even if I was sick, if I, whatever, there was no one to kind of nudge me along until it was time to get paid. And I'm like, dog, I didn't generate as much money last month as I thought I was. Well, now it's after the fact. I can't do anything about it. There was no one working on the goals with me. And I had to quickly get to the point of saying, I need to focus on money generating activities. Yes, it's nice to say, oh, let's put bows and flowers on this and let's make it so cute and beautiful. And oh, it's so cute to sit here and design all the things of America. Oh, it's so much fun to talk to all these people and learn their stories. Oh, it's so wonderful to go to all the networking events. All of that is great. But at the end of the day, what is it leading to? Where are we going with it, right? We have to ensure that we're doing the money generating activities before we do all the extra stuff. And so when I was working my 9 to 5, I made myself a quadrant. Like I divided a sheet of paper into 4 slots. And then I said, okay, what's the thing? Some people do this with a font, kind of like a funnel, and they draw a straight line across. And then I said, okay, my money generating activities is I need to close contracts. Do I have any contracts that are currently open? So I would literally run through and say, okay, these are the contracts that are open. Great. Now that I know that these contracts are open, what do I need to do to close these contracts? And I do the same thing kind of with my business. These people are on the brinks of paying. What do I need to do to close that contract? Great. Let me do that first because I have to do my money generating activities before I do, oh, let me sit here and design this and create this and make this. And let me make a sales page that no one's going to see because I'm not directing anyone there. I'm not taking someone by the hand and walking them to it. Most people don't need a sales page or a website to say they want to buy something. They just need a checkout button, right? They just need a way to send you the money and move on. And so I had to figure out, what are my money generating activities? What do I need to be doing first? Do that. And then all this extra stuff of adding bells and whistles and making things extra, or just having conversation just to have conversation, or just having a conversation to see if this may possibly lead to a sale. That is a secondary thing. I can do that later down the road. But I have to focus on these money generating activities because I want to stay in business. I don't want to go back to my 9 to 5. If you know what I'm talking about, say something in the comments, okay? Now, in the midst of this, I'm starting to work with clients. I'm working with more and more clients. I'm seeing where they are. I'm seeing what they like, what they don't like. And I'm seeing that they're kind of running into the same things that I'm running into. They're saying that, yes, I know there's things that I need to do, but I really like to do this. This over here is so much more fun. Oh, but yeah, I just hadn't done it yet. And I really want to do it. I know I need to do it, but it's so much better to do this stuff over here. Or I just didn't feel like it. Or I was having so many issues and I got caught up. And so I just didn't do it. And so in return, I started to realize quickly that I was not the only one. I wasn't the only one having this issue of getting stuck in doing the fun stuff, the sexy stuff, that sometimes we forget to do the thing that's going to drive our business forward. So what I have to do is to remind them. I had a client or two that I said, okay, great. This is what we're going to focus on this week. And they said, yes, I agree. And I said, okay, great. Since we're going to focus on this, these are the action steps so we can get this thing done. So literally every day, I might text them, I might send them a DM on social media, I might email them and say, hey, today you're focusing on this. Hey, what's going on with this? Hey, how's this doing? What does that do? It helps to refocus you and say, oh, yes, I need to be working on this. That's something that I had issues with. That's something that I've seen my clients have issues with, because it's easy to get caught up and forget because of your emotions, or just because whatever's happening in life, or whatever ad you saw, you might go off on a tangent in another way instead of finishing what you've completed. And so part of being able to finish what we completed is to have someone to kind of poke and nudge you and help move you along. And in return, that's why this summer we're actually doing a bit of a marketing boot camp. I'm really excited about it. I had people asking me about it. And so I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and make this thing official. This is going to be a boosting business this summer. If you're trying to boost your business this summer, we have a 60-day marketing boot camp that we're putting together. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, you can see the page itself. However, you can go over to the website at thesolutionistm.com/MB. We want to boost our business this summer. So whatever your goal is for your summer, whether it's to get more visibility, great. We're going to talk about it. We'll have a one day of us talking about it. Then you'll have an opportunity to get the constant reminders and the check-ins. And no, it's not going to be overwhelming. It's going to be a once a day thing. If your goal is to generate more sales this summer, great. We're going to talk about how are we going to generate more sales this summer. And then you're going to have your daily check-in. Someone's going to be checking in with you to see how's it going, to remind you this is what we're supposed to be doing. We're starting and kicking this exclusive marketing boot camp off on June 16th. And you're going to be able to get the accountability and the support that you need to move your business forward. If you're ready to get your Christmas sales ready, your Black Friday sales ready now, because this is the time that people start getting this together, or at least they should, right? Then we can figure out what packages do we need to put together now so you can be ready for Christmas. If you need to record videos, then great. Let's figure out what videos we need to record. Let's figure out what the plan is. We want to put together an action plan excuse me, so that we can grow your visibility, your profitability, and your sustainability. Now, we're keeping this extremely small. We're only going to have 12 seats that are going to be available. So don't miss your chance to secure a spot for this transformation. You know what I'm saying. This program that's going to be transformative. We want you to be able to plug in and get what you need. We're going to have a weekly planning session, and you're also going to get these daily check-in focus. So they're going to be quick. They're going to be short. Hey, don't forget today you're supposed to get this done. Hey, don't forget you said you wanted to do this. Hey, how's this going? You know, when your coworker nudge and they're checking on you, because when we don't take these moments of checking in and seeing, and someone's checking in and working with you and checking in on you, sometimes you forget. We all know that we do. I've heard it too many times where someone says, well, oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to be doing this today. Dang, the whole day went by and I missed it. So don't allow this summer to change you. There's this thing, or to negatively impact you. There's this, my godmother's a teacher, and I enjoy gathering facts and all the other stuff. And I remember hearing this stat that in the summertime, students lose like two grade levels of reading. So they lose 2 grade levels of where they were before, unless someone is holding them accountable, making them do the read the book club and participate in all these reading programs. So if no one is constantly feeding into them over the summer and reminding them and progressing at a minimum, just reminding them of what they've already learned and they're not putting it to use, you forget. You heard of the saying, use it or lose it. Well, this is the same exact thing. In your business, you want to make progress. And yes, I know it's the summertime and we love to relax. We want to hang out, but we have to do the bare minimum. We have to do something over the summertime to keep our business moving. Yes, kids are yelling. Yes, we want to go outside and be cute and run around. However, there's still things that we need to do to keep our business moving forward. We want our business to be reputable. We wanted to have a business of integrity. So to take the summer off, unless you have something that's already set up that can run without you, you're doing yourself a disservice. Now, if you go with our elite version of the marketing boot camp, then you'll be able to bring a business bestie. So whether that business bestie is in the business with you or in there in another business altogether, you can invite them to join you. If you want to split the cost, it's completely up to you. But you can bring, two people can come at a reduced rate to save you a little bit of money. And we're going to have these opportunities where we're going to get together at the top of the week on Mondays and say, okay, this is what everybody is focusing on. What issues are you experiencing? Great. Let me give you some tools for that because we want to help move you forward. You're also going to get a visibility guide. So we'll have a guide of how you can get more visibility in your business. Without the visibility and the traffic, then of course there's no one to sell to. Without the visibility and traffic, there is no one to sell to. There's nothing worse than creating the best thing since sliced bread, having the best whatever, and no one knows that you exist. Or the people that do know that you exist have already purchased your thing and or do not care. There's billions and billions and billions of people on the earth. There's more people that needs to know what you do and what you offer. So you're going to get these weekly planning sessions. You're going to get the visibility guide to increase your visibility and getting more attention. And no, it won't all be online stuff. It won't all be things you can do online or social media to garner your visibility. There's other places you can go. Most of them will be organic, the things you're not going to have to pay for, because we have to do money generating activities to keep our business moving forward. Also with the elite program, you and your bestie are both going to get engaging marketing template files. So the engaging marketing template files are going to be emails. They're going to be preset Canva templates. So you can plug in your color coding and you'll have a little guide to show you how to do that. You'll be able to change some of the wording so that it can match your aesthetic of what you need to match and slot in your pictures and move forward. So the goal is to drive your business forward and get more visibility. Okay. So if you have any questions on the page itself, there is a question and answer period. We're kicking off on June 16th. So you can register up until June 15th, right? The day before. If you have any questions, you can grab them over on the site. You can also send me a DM or you can email me over at info@monicamichelles.com. But I'm on all social media platforms, well, pretty much all of them, at Monica Michelle S. And I'm excited to boost your business with you this summer. If you don't take a moment to focus on your marketing and help this boot camp, allow this boot camp to help push you and keep you moving forward, then like, what are you doing? Are you in business? Like, that's a real question, right? So go ahead and swing over to Boosting Business this summer at thesolutionistm.com/MB for marketing bootcamp so you can get the support and help you need. I see that someone has asked, how much is it? If you're coming by yourself, you're at $397. If you're coming with your business bestie, it's $597. You can break this up into payments. When you go to the site, there's a button. When you hit join now, there is an option to do payment options, but then there's also an option to, if you do the $597, of course, you can split that with your business bestie and you can still move forward that way. But this is a 6-week program. So we're going to be with you the entire summer. And our goal is to ensure that by the end of the summer, that you've completed a goal in your business, that you're doing money generating activities, or if you prefer to just have visibility activities, and so be it. But our goal is to support you in this endeavor and make it easy for you to stay in front of those that you need to stay in front of, so that you can get in front of even more people that are your target audience and get you so you can get them to where they need to go. I look forward to talking to you on Thursday when we come back for our next session of Behold Hidden Bridges, because we're going to dive even deeper into what money generating activities actually look like. And so we're getting everything set up in Clubhouse, so you'll know what to expect a little bit more. I see that all our pre-scheduled classes have expired. So we'll be getting some more put together and you'll be able to go through and watch those. And at the end of the day, make sure you stay connected, because our goal is to get some money generating activities. You want leads, you want money, you have to do those things And we spend so much time. I mean, I've seen people spend hours and hours and hours working on the perfect book cover, working on the perfect sales page. And then they say, oh, well, it's next week or it's tomorrow. Why aren't people looking at it? Okay, let me just do another one because the time has moved on. You've wasted so much time. All right, I hope that was helpful. I look forward to seeing you inside of the boot camp because we're going to have all kind of goodness and fun and keeping your marketing moving forward. And I will see you next time in the next video. Bye.